If you're a business owner, you're most likely going through one of your darkest days. At a time when everything around you wants you to fail, let me tell you a story about a mechanic who defied cataclysmic events to build one of the most successful companies of all time, Honda. Soichiro Honda was an ambitious 21-year-old mechanic in a small body shop who enjoyed not only building, but driving his own race cars, having poured all his life savings, even pawning his wife's jewelry into helping invent the groundbreaking piston ring that he was going to sell to his biggest customer, Toyota. On the cusp of being a successful entrepreneur, his life changed dramatically. He was in a devastating racing accident where his car got absolutely totaled, but somehow he miraculously survived with injuries so bad that he was in the hospital for 3 months. During this time, he also heard that out of the 3,000 parts he had to deliver to Toyota, only 3 passed the quality standards test. The rest were rejected. His body broken and his dreams shattered, Soichiro was in a very dark place. No matter how long or hard you've worked, sometimes things outside of your control can devastate your business. When tragedy strikes, great entrepreneurs keep moving, even if they're crawling, because movement begets momentum of hope and progress. Soichiro knew his design was good. The fault lay in the metal he was using, and that he knew nothing about. So while other engineers laughed at him, Soichiro enrolled himself in school to study the science of metal. He went on a tour all around Japan, talking to almost every steel manufacturing plant to master everything about this element. Every disaster is an opportunity to learn about your environment and to brainstorm your business fundamentals. Nature and markets have patterns, so take time to study it so you can be more prepared. Learn from others on how you can generate value in different and more efficient ways. After 2 years of working late nights at his shop while doing school and traveling, Soichiro Honda finally invented the perfect piston ring. And this time, Toyota accepted. Luck in business is a lot like waves of the ocean. What you surfed in on one day to success can bring you crashing down the very next. The secret is to keep swimming long enough to understand the timing of the waves so you can keep catching the right ones. Soichiro Honda had an auto parts business that grew rapidly to 2,000 employees, but when Japan entered the Second World War, tragedy struck once again. A series of air raids by American bombers, followed by a freak earthquake, destroyed Soichiro's factories, and before he knew it, he lost his company all over again. The monumental loss drove Soichiro to drink himself into oblivion for a whole year. Soon, Japan was in ruins, people were suffering, and the country was in a depression. One day, Soichiro noticed that people who needed to travel to work from their villages to the cities were doing these long, exhausting daily trips on their bicycles. So, to help out his friends, he started attaching small motors to their bikes, and it worked. Before long, everyone wanted to buy the poor man's motorbike. Great entrepreneurs are always observant of their environment. Radical landscape shifts levels the playing fields and sprouts radical new opportunities. Throw out your rigid perspective of how you used to do things and find what people need now. Reframe your value and skills for solving problems in a turbulent world. But how do you build a company in a war-devastated country? Soichiro knew one thing that was in abundance after a conflict: military supplies. The army was sitting on thousands of unused engines, and he even collected surplus gasoline cans discarded by US fighters, calling them gifts from President Truman. Hustlers are scrappy. When society is broken down, be creative and resourceful to scavenge the things you need and to cobble together the rest. He still needed money though, and nobody was investing in small businesses. So Soichiro Honda did the unthinkable. He personally wrote 18,000 letters to bicycle shop owners all over Japan and asked them to support rebuilding their country by investing in his company. Incredibly, 3,000 of them responded yes. So he not only got the cash, but in a stroke of genius, he built his distributor network alongside as well. And the rest is history. Ask for help from your community. It's one of the greatest and most underutilized resources a small business owner has. Believe your business is vital and start spreading the gospel. In the wake of a widespread calamity, human beings are always looking for a reason to unite, to get behind causes filled with hope and progress. Disasters don't break real entrepreneurs. They hone them and offer them an opportunity to rebuild something greater. Hope you've enjoyed that. If you're looking for more ideas and inspiration on how to reinvent your small business in these crazy times, come check out my free 45-minute webinar this Monday called The Underdogs of Business, where I'll use real-life examples of small businesses that have reinvented themselves in this COVID crisis. I'm Nikhil Paul, and this is We Are Human.